On this Sunday, here is Norm Ordez along with special guest Nelson.
Nelson, hey, welcome back.
How's it going? Glad to be here. It's a lot of fun. This is a really cool little broadcasting compound you guys have up here.
Compound, there we go.
You can be broadcasting to the greater Portland or world area and step outside and shoot a deer.
That's right. That's right.
It's fantastic up here.
Hey, for the final show today, hey, we got the most interesting man in baseball, Lenny Randle. Lenny, good morning.
Good morning, buongiorno. I want to get that bicycle that Nelson has. I want to get that bike.
Which bicycle?
When he had it as a child.
Oh,
well, I want to know if he stole a Swin.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know.
Show.
It was a Schwinn.
I want to. It was a Swin. I think it was mine. I came through Medford to do a camp. Never found my bike. I just went to the bathroom and came back.
Well, you know, did you hear the other part, too? I mean, that's the type of genius kid I was. I was thinking about stealing the bike, afraid somebody might be home, so I knocked on the door. Somebody answered, and wrong place, see you, bye. And I stole the bike anyway. Good Lord.
See, your neighborhood stole. We just borrowed them. And we brought them back.
Yeah, I borrowed it, put all the parts on my bike.
No, you borrow a bike and write a note, I am going to keep this bike for school because I'm not walking 5 miles, and it will be returned in 5 days.
Well, I used to borrow bottles of Mad Dog from the Thriftway store.
You guys all borrowed bikes, didn't you? I mean, you parked them at school in the little chain thing, little,
unfortunately,
or tied it to a pole. Back in the day,
I forgot where I left it.
Then somebody next door would chop it off with a hacksaw and go, "I'm borrowing it from you." Guys, I took a bunch of kids to UCLA, current bikes. We have homeschool. We took 30 kids. I mean, Ty Sedney and Laura and some of the athletic directors and coaches. They had bikes all over the campus. You know, they have bikes now that you could swipe and ride them for 5 miles or 5 minutes with a credit card, and just leave it on the street and keep going and walk the rest of the way.
Huh. They got that in Portland.
Can you imagine if they had that in Portland?
They do have it in Portland.
They have those bikes you can walk up and put a credit card in, and they're these really weird orange-looking ones.
Orange and yellow, yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes
now, my question is, Nelson, do they have a GPS in case you have a flashback?
I don't know, but I think I've noticed about these bikes, all the parts are welded on really, really well. So it would be almost impossible to steal it, part it out, and do any of that. And I just thought that was weird. You can just walk up and stick a card in, take a bike, and then leave it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then whenever you see somebody riding one, you know they're from out of town. So I think I would imagine they get bike jacked a lot. While it's on your credit card, I'm going to write it.
Wow, who would have thought, right?
So, Lenny, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. I was going to say, they said that you have been labeled the most interesting man in baseball, and that's got to be a tough title to live up to.
No, because it's getting ready to be a book and a movie, guys, reality show. So once you follow me around, you got to take some vitamins, Nelson. Hopefully, I'll come
Who's gonna play you? Who's gonna play you in the movie?
Yeah, Peter Goldenbeck. We finished the book and getting ready to tour with it. We're looking for another liberal publisher who wants to let us do our own thing as far as touring, signing autographs, and doing a camp and a clinic encompassing a talk show.
So if they were going to do a movie, who would you want, if you could pick anybody to play you in the movie? Who would it be?
Nelson with a fro.
But I can't play baseball. I'm a terrible baseball player. I tried Little League once when I was a kid.
He has the gift of gab. He's from Compton. Or Long Beach.
I was in a chess gang. We used to do drive-by.
5 or 6 houses. I can relate to that.
Drive by the other chess gangs. Checkmate, MF.
You got a reality show coming up?
I don't know. I think I'd get either, let's see, somebody like, I used to say Samuel L., but he told me he was too old. I thought about somebody like, I don't know, Kobe, or somebody like, it'd have to be somebody from the Disney Network now, maybe, you know what I mean? Because I used to say Urkel because I was a nerd, but now I can't say that because nobody knows who he is.
Maybe Chris Rock could play you. He's funny.
Prince Rock?
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Maybe Robert Cano.
Oh, there you go, Robbie Cano. Yeah, baseball player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I don't know any baseball players. Babe Ruth. That's it. And
Griffey.
And Ken Griffey. I know who Ken Griffey is. And that Ichiro guy who's, 67 and still plays for the Mariners?
Jeez. Yeah.
If I said Ichiro, you guys would think I was weird, so I can't say Ichiro.
Okay.
Ichiro sounds like a personal problem. Better put some powder on that.
So Matt, what have you been up to?
It would be a fun casting. I'll tell you what, it would definitely be a blast to have a casting crew come out and try to find Ice Cube as a Lenny Randle clone, Snoop Dogg.
There you go. Hey, you know, Snoop has an uncle up here in Portland, Uncle Rio, and he has a He has a rib place. Yeah, Uncle Rio's Ribs.
Oh,
up there on
Snoop
Sandy.
does?
Yeah, it's Snoop's uncle, and so he's been kicked out of a couple places because of the barbecue smoke is like smoke.
Really?
Yeah. And so it just burned down here. Just not too long ago, his place up on Sandy just burned down. and
So the
he's rebuilding.
smoke didn't get anyone's attention.
But I gotta ask: are you sure it's barbecue smoke? Could it be?
That I can't answer you, but yeah, Uncle Rio.
Criminal medical marijuana smoke in the pit.
There you go, in the pit. But yeah, Uncle Rio, man, his ribs are to die for. Great place.
Are they seasoned with? Oh, okay, great flavor.
They are flavored, yeah.
I remember Bill Lee used to put stuff in our Kool-Aid.
Bill Lee, as in the spaceman, Bill Lee.
What
And
kind
our
of
coffee.
what kind of stuff did he
Well,
put in there?
we had a lot of characters in Major League Baseball when it was fun. When the guys were loose and did crazy antics with Gossage and Fergie Jenkins. We did a lot of crazy stuff. Burt Blyleven. You never know if you had a birthday cake, if it really had cake, and what it was made out of, or what was in the ingredients.
So
We remember Bucky's. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, Lenny, do you have a story from your days in baseball, maybe an interview's going on, and somebody walks into the background naked? Did that ever happen?
You mean like the current photobomb kind of stuff? Where people are,
Well, you've seen that kind of thing happen.
I had Morgana.
Morgana, the kissing bandit, her?
No, it wasn't a kiss, bro. It was the 42s or 58s or whatever they were plunging on her chest.
Her.
I don't know.
I
never touched them, but they were real.
they were real. Wow, holy cow!
And she walked into the locker room while you were doing an interview or something?
This is before Botox, bro. Guys, this is all natural women, man. there was no Kardashians walking through the clubhouse here. It was all natural, no pads, no surgeries, all natural beauties.
I remember her. She used to
Playboy
Who was the guy who used
liberal.
to be the guy who used to be the coach for the Utah Jazz, the older guy? She ran up to him one time and he fully embraced her approach. I remember seeing it on all the highlight reels.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, Brian.
He was
Jerry Sloan.
I mean, it might have been him, but there was another guy that I think was older. You know, he seemed like he was like in his 60s. He used to coach for the Jazz, and she ran up to him, and he just
Maiden?
That might have been it. Quick, do a Google search. Where's your phone? Brian, you're fired.
How did he react?
Oh, she ran up and did her thing, and most people are like, whoa, here she is, Morgana the kissing bandit. He just full on gave her a big sloppy wet kiss.
Oh, he did. Okay.
What else would you do?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
He had to stand on a bench.
What would you do, Norm? Would you get a towel and wipe them off first, or would you just go right for it?
No, I'd just go for it. Sorry, Meg, but I would go for it.
I would hide under him and make her find me.
So there's this story.
Now, Brian would go and get some handy wipes and then probably do it.
Probably. So you were talking about people putting stuff in food. So there's this story about Greg Maddux of the Atlanta Braves when he was with the Braves, so he was known for chili. And so if there was chili in the clubhouse for dinner and Maddux was around, you didn't eat the chili because he was known for taking a dump in it.
Oh, no.
And so, yes.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
So,
that was a takeoff from Bucky Dent's chocolate cake in the Yankee Cup.
Frank Layden.
There he is. That's him. That's
Frank
the guy.
Layden.
Frank
It
Layden.
was a chocolate turd. It wasn't Reese's.
See, but where was he hoping to find the humor in crapping in the chili that he was feeding to his
I have
teammates?
no clue.
Ha ha ha! You ate my poop. I mean, that's just not funny.
Gotta have a morbid sense of humor.
Hey, there are some funky things that go on in Clubhouse.
But think about the guys that ate it.
Oh, I know, right?
After the fact.
The rookies.
What was that movie, The Help, where the girl made the pie?
Yes.
For the lady, and it's like, to me that sounds like hatred.
I've told you about that, Brian. Haven't I told you about that? About The Help, the movie? Yeah, where this lady, man, they have.
I don't even know what to say.
I know, right?
You're going to jail. You've committed a fecal felony.
She gets let go. No, she retired. She retired, and then she went back and she made a chocolate pie for the lady that she worked for to say thank you. But exactly.
Sorry.
And all those mean things that this lady had done to her over the year came back.
Stole her bike and everything else.
Stole her bike. Oh, good Lord! So, was there anybody else? You said people put stuff in your Kool-Aid, like a drug?
LSD. Yeah.
Well, they put stuff in your pancakes in the morning because we have Clubhouse food, morning breakfast or post game dinner, and everybody would, depending on how many beers you had, if you'd eat post game dinner, because everybody could have a 6-pack on their own. Then there was no limit on how much you drink. Then post game, you would talk about why we lost a one, or who made the decision. Why did Ted Williams do this, or Billy Martin do that, or why did he bring in the pitcher? I mean, we'd analyze the game, win or lose. We'd analyze the game, Gaylord and so forth. We sit around and eat clam and crab and talk about sports. That's just how it was. And then if you didn't check the beer, it might be something in the beer that was supposed to be in the beer. It could have been urine.
So
I don't know that I would want to hang out with people that might pee or poop in my food.
So talking about putting something,
well, you have your certain cliques, guys you trusted, and then we knew guys that were wacko or funny or creative, or different.
Did you ever do anything like that?
Blyleven would do anything. We knew that. He if he was around, it was like, oh, we're not eating today.
Did you ever do anything like that to get even with any of them?
I did shoes. I did weird. I nail their shoes to the floor if they got it.
So let me ask you this:
like a puppy, I crap in their shoe.
Did you play with Doc Ellis?
I would nail their shoes into the floor, and because they were superstitious. So some guys put the left foot in first and the right foot. Some guys put 2 feet in at the same time and tried to, because they want that. If I had a good game, I'd do this. They had antic superstitions. So I go, okay, until I find out who it is, I'm nailing 10 pair of shoes in the floor. And I knew they didn't have a hammer, because they had to figure the club he did it. They wouldn't know who did it. Never told them to this day. They don't know it was me.
Yeah.
That's funny. They go to put their shoe on. That son of a
Can
Lenny.
you imagine if you're superstitious, you're putting on your shoes, and you try to walk, and all of a sudden you take a fall?
The guy goes, I'm paralyzed. I can't play today.
I'm paralyzed. I got polio. It was kind of weird.
Hey, Lenny, did you ever play with Doc Ellis?
We did a lot of stuff. Itching Powder, Mark Hargrove shorts, because he was a guy that did crazy stuff too.
So you talk about
and then in the game, in the first inning, umpire walks out and goes, Mike, what's the problem? He goes, Dadgummit, I got the itch. He goes, well, who were you with last night? Thought he had the claps. He goes, we put Itchy Powder short, had to delay the game in Baltimore.
Going to the bathroom and each other's food, nailing shoes to the floor,
so Nelson,
itching powder.
So Doc Ellis,
itching powder in your shorts. Picture itching powder in your shorts during the game, opening day or whatever during the season.
Picture out there doing
third hitter up.
Picture out there doing
the
scoots around the mound like a dog.
So Doc Ellis pitched for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he pitched a no-hitter while he was on LSD.
I remember that story. It's something about he was all high on psychedelics.
He was creative. He did it in San Diego.
Yes.
Doc was a good buddy of mine. We grew up together in Compton, California, and Gardena. do camps together in postseason, post-life. Teammates, St. Louis, you ever heard of the St. Petersburg Pelicans in Florida, world champions of the senior league with Greg Nevels and Bobby Boggs and Jim Rice and George Foster and Brodie Fingers and Fergie. Anyway, that league, Doc and I and Bobby Tolan and Mel Wilcox and Ron LaFleur, Kenny Landreau. It was an all-star team, basically. And then that league, Doc would go on the mound and go, guys, something's wrong. We go, Doc, what's wrong? I have Roy Howard with me and Yvonne Diaz. I got to have a flashback. He goes, what do you mean, Doc? Well, get Bobby out here because I'm having a LSD flashback. He's like 42. That was 20 years ago, man. What are you talking about? He goes, I got to pretend I'm on LSD. I got to think high. I'm not
high as a Georgia pine.
But if I think high, I'll pitch better. And we're in the mound going, is he serious?
And he pitched a no-hitter.
Yeah. He walked like 9 or 10, but yeah.
Yeah, but at 42, he pitched a two-hitter.
Jeez.
St. Pete Pelican team.
So let me ask you this about Doc. So we know what kind of man was Doc though? I mean, was he a good guy though? I mean,
he was like a Muhammad Ali of baseball. He was a fun, happy-go-lucky, out-of-the-box personality, and wanted everybody to stay loose because he wanted to take all the pressure off everybody and say, look, just put it on me because we got to win. We're going to win the pirate way or my way, or we're going to be on the highway. But I didn't come here to lose.
So Doc would show up to games with like rollers in his hair. He would show up for a game,
rollers. I mean, you guys you don't remember Superfly. No, you guys probably didn't have cable TV.
Oh, I remember. I'm 57 years old. I remember.
Those TVs you stole during the riots. Well,
I remember the blaxploitation films.
Doc had a thing for Hollywood. He had a Hollywood fashion going on with Ryan O'Neal. You guys probably never heard of Billy D. Williams.
Yep.
You know, all these dudes were macho dudes with a lot of women, and they had curly hair. There was you guys remember Jerry Curls? You probably don't remember that.
I remember Jerry Curls,
You probably don't remember that. You remember the Jackson 5 before the fros and after the afros?
Yep.
Well,
I
Doc
remember.
was one of those guys who was an innovator. He used to do stuff out of the box. He pitched with curlers in the hand, and then we take them out and he'd be ready for the ladies after the game because they want to wave their fingers in his curls.
Got that Rick James hair going.
So Billy D. Williams.
He had a lot going on. Yeah.
So Billy D. Williams, I'm going to drop something on Brian here. So we talk sometimes about favorite baseball movies. Billy D. Williams was in Bingo Long's Traveling All-Stars in like 1976. Had like Richard Pryor. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, I remember that movie.
That is one of my favorite baseball movies. It's probably in my top 5 baseball movies. It's hilarious.
We talked about putting the guys together to do that again to this day.
That would be awesome.
With Dave Roberts, Enos Cabell, Parker. I mean, guys that love playing the game and doing colorful stuff pregame to get baseball back to the kids, so they'll know what it's like to play with fun. Behind the back flips, the teasing with the umpire, kind of like the Globetrotters do in basketball.
Right.
Because it's missing. Baseball's too serious.
Did you
it's
say
only not serious during the World Cup? The World Baseball Classic is personalities galore. It's so fun to watch that.
Oh, it is. I mean, Javi Baez and his tag,
you don't mess
man.
with the game.
At the beginning.
You guys watch it this year?
Yeah. Heck yeah. It was awesome. I mean, Javi Baez with his tag and just pointing the finger. I mean, it was awesome. I loved the World Baseball Classic because of that fact, because it's not as serious as Major League Baseball, but yet it's got the flair of
same results,
the Latin countries. And it's awesome.
I remember when Melina came out. I was filming the game and taping it with Eric Lindemer.
Yep.
And we were watching. Each day, each guy would come out with blonde hair, red hair, green hair, like punk rockers and Bon Jovi, rock stars. And then some guy from the Netherlands went, well, we never do that in Europe. Well, why not? because whoever has the most fun wins.
Well, I remember Adrian Beltre, so who is 15, 20 years in the major leagues, and he's pretty serious for the most part, and he played with the Puerto Ricans to where they all dyed their hair, and he's not some really guy that would do that, but like in the second or third game, all of a sudden he comes up and is blonde. And it's totally out of character for what he did, but he is such a leader, and I mean, he went with it as well.
Me of Harry Belafonte when he was funny and young in some of those movies with Cosby and Sidney Poitier. You guys don't know the character of Beltran. We did a game in August. I had my uniform retired with Ivan Rodriguez and Fergie Jenkins and I and Sam. Dave Roberts, there was about 10 of us.
That's Lenny.
And we were cracking up on the loosest, funniest guy, the second baseman with the Texas Rangers, who put the lights out of Batista, who was a character. We could get you with McGregor or Merriweather. We were teasing him about being a boxer because he's a UFC fighter. He does mixed martial arts training. People don't know that.
So what happened was...
go around second. You guys remember who I'm talking about?
Yeah. So Jose Bautista.
May not know, so say his name.
Jose Bautista of the Blue Jays goes into second base hard on a play, and the Texas Rangers second baseman, gosh dang it,
just dropped on him with the elbow.
Boom, hit him.
Just punched him.
I mean, just out of the blue. It was awesome.
Was that like a base clearing brawl after that?
First fan that calls in gets an autographed ball. They can figure out his name. You guys can't tell him because we're going to see a pic.
Brian. Yeah.
And then Beltran was a part of that. He was trying to keep everybody loose. He's not a fighter. He's a peacemaker.
Right.
Kind of guy.
Absolutely.
But he's a character. While we were there, he's in the dugout teasing us because he had a bat in the dugout and acting like it was a cane and we were too old to walk our boards. So he was imitating Walter Brenner or Cool Papa Bell or somebody. I don't know who he was, like an old man with a cane, but it was a bat. And the guy's just a character. He had us cracking up. And we're going, he should have his own reality show.
Yes. Hey, so
funny
once again,
keep the team loose.
Lenny has offered.
He's the only guy I know that can hit a ball on one knee and take you deep. His home run, one knee. You ever see a guy hit a ball, take a knee, and home run?
Well, besides Beltre, no.
Right
I mean,
on the ground,
the serious guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The serious guy. Yeah.
But man, I'm thinking about baseball. It's like, man, you're hanging around with people who put acid in your Kool-Aid and poop in your chili and nail your shoes to the floor. I didn't know baseball was so lively. Maybe that's like hockey. You expect to see fights. There's nothing like a baseball game fight when the bench is clear.
Oh,
it looks
awesome.
like ants in uniforms out there fighting.
It's awesome.
Guy, I'm for letting the guys go. Do it like hockey. Guy brush you back, knock you down, hit you in the head. You should get up after you get in that call. You got a little buzz.
Make sure you drop the bat, though.
Comatose. Get up and brawl like hockey guys. And the umpire should just let them brawl till they fall on the ground and then start the game up. Maybe suspend them for 2 innings, 3 innings, or go in the penalty box.
I could understand why you would think that way. Now, they've been showing pictures on the video portion of this with you, and there's one of these pictures where you seriously look like a young George Foreman. Brian, can you maybe go back to that one picture? There, right there. That picture gets up.
Nelson, if somebody took your bike and threw it at your head and swung at you and missed or hit you, would you retaliate or would you go home to your mama?
If somebody stole my bike and then beat me up,
I'm retaliating.
Yeah.
I was going to get no love at home, so I would have fought him. I would have wrapped my own.
Your daddy and uncles go, look, if they hit you and you hit 4 or 5 times, get up and go get them, or don't come home and you don't eat.
That's the way my stepdad was. If I'd have gotten a fight and not finished it, he would say, no, you don't get to come back in, eat, sleep here, nothing, till you go back and get revenge and kick that guy's butt. He was always stand up for yourself and go throw a punch. But my teachers, I feel bad for them. What? Give me a B? Pow!
Self-defense. So you got a lot of paddles, I take it, Norm.
I got spanked a lot. I was constantly in trouble.
I got a few. Brian, did you get any?
Yes, I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. That's why I'm the person I am today.
I used to get grounded on credit when I was a kid.
I got one. I lied to one of my all-time favorite teachers, George McAdams. And Big Mac was probably 6'1", weighed about 240, and he was a bodybuilder. And he was huge. And I remember I must have been in the 7th grade, and I had lied to him about something. So he gets on the phone, calls my mom, and says, hey, I want to deal with it this way. I want to give him 2 swats in my office, nobody around. Mom was like, absolutely. I'm like, are you freaking crazy? Have you seen this guy? He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And now you get a timeout.
So he takes me into his office, and he brings down his paddle. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is like going to be the worst. But Mr. McAdams is gone now. He's passed on. But I want to tell you,
Royd's caught up to him.
Dude,
huh?
I have been like, it was nothing. I had like a small 6th grade teacher, maybe Mr. Altomos was maybe 5'9", 5'10", thin build, who swung that paddle like 5 times harder than what Big Mac ever did. And but yeah, I had my share.
Well, any of the McMinnville people that might be listening, they'll remember a teacher at McMinnville High School. His name was Rick Hassman. He had it in for me, and I'm lucky he was fat. Because I think one time I told him he was fat and told him to shove it up his you-know-what, and he came after me, and I was really good friends with the vice principal at the school because we spent so much time together, and he chased me out of the room, and we raced to the principal's office, vice principal's office. I ran in, sat down, shut the door, and I said, whatever he's about to come in here and say, he started it. It was just, it was lucky that he was fat.
Wow.
Fat Hashman.
Wow.
And chased me all the way to the principal's office. But I think I did say something really bad to him that made him chase me. See, you were talking earlier, too. I remember, like, when I was in grade school, I went to newbie school here in McMinnville. I went to Adams School for a while, and I went to Memorial. And I remember the principal had a paddle. And you behaved because he would bend you over a chair and give you a swat on that.
Yeah.
And still, that was nothing.
On that note, guys, should we have paddles in school or police in school?
Both.
Or
Both.
There will be no more gun shooting if we have paddles. In school to go. If
kids getting ready to go.
You're gonna get the paddle.
Kids getting ready to go into school, and then one guy stops and says, "You know what? You look like you're up to no good. I'm gonna paddle you now."
Brian, I see you rolling your eyes, Brian.
Let's talk baseball.
Let's break.
That's all I got.
Let's break into a political discussion.
How about that bike you stole? What color was it?
It was. I do remember. It was green.
Green. Okay. Cool.
It was green.
I'm avoiding the subject. Sorry, Lenny.
Did you ever
steal a bike, Brian?
Or a timeout?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
He asked a very important question. What was it again, Lenny?
Did you get a whipping, a timeout, or a paddle for taking the bike?
Well, see, that was it. I never actually got punished because they didn't really have any credible evidence other than my stupidity, and I never really admitted to it. So, yeah, but, my stepdad would have smacked me upside the head and grounded me for 2 weeks.
Okay, Brian, you have my permission to spank him.
I just got the bat out.
You just got the bat out.
Get the bat out. Get the bat out.
Now, where you come from...
Count to 10, and how old are you now? 39? 28?
27.
28 swats.
It's a Tony Torcato bat, so I don't want to ruin that.
Where I come from, you pull out a bat. Now, see, you forced me to go get a bat with a nail in it or something. See, I got a one-up.
There's a hockey stick back there if you like.
Nelson grew up on the mean streets of McMinnville.
No, it's just, you gotta win at all costs. It's like that thing in the movie, The Untouchables.
Nelson was a pirate in his first life.
I was a pirate. I remember when I was just a boy, planning how I could steal the teacher's booty. Dar.
So Lenny,
Portland Beaver pirate.
Hey, let's reel this in a little bit. Hey,
Pittsburgh pirate.
So
I got to ask you, Nelson and Brian. You guys followed. We were talking about this the other day. The Beaters when they were in Portland. Were you guys 10, 11, 12 years old going to those games?
The old Portland Beavers.
I was older than that. I mean, they were here. I'm 57. I think as recently
Pirates were in there.
As recently as I think like 12 years ago, the Portland Beavers were still here, playing where the Timbers are now.
Yep,
correct.
Oh, okay.
So Lenny was a Portland Beaver.
Oh, were you?
That was I was a Portland Beaver. It was the greatest thing to watch. All the antics and gimmicks that Greenberg had coming, it was for the fan appeal. In the center field, we always had a thing going on with the fans throwing stuff at me. I'd throw balls at them. I'd bring them food. I'd throw cans of beer. During the game with my glove, I'd go, Lenny, bring me a hot dog. I'd wrap it up, throw it up in the center field. This is during the game. And you guys were so personable. The fans there, they need a pro team, is my point.
They do.
And I don't know why they don't have
I would love it. If we had a pro baseball team in Portland, I would go to every other game. I would love it.
There is a push for a Major League Baseball team. They're talking about building a stadium out of wood. Like this.
Wood?
Yes. So there's like this compressed wood. There's this compressed wood that's like supposed to be stronger than concrete now. And they're talking about possibly building a stadium.
Metal.
Right? But they're, and we had, I can't remember, Dr. Lynn Lashbrook was talking about it, and talking about it in the, the Pearl District, I think it was, Brian, putting it up there.
I don't know. They'd come up with some kind of a screwy team mascot name. It'd be like the Portland Counselors or something. I don't know. It would be horrible.
Well, you got the Pickles, the Portland Pickles.
It would be like the professional team, the Portland Understanders.
The Portland Understanders.
It would be weird.
Hey. But yeah,
how about the Loggers? The Portland Loggers.
Well, we have the Timbers. We have the soccer team, Timbers.
I always thought, because there's so many bridges in Portland, I always thought the Bridge Trolls.
There you go, the Trolls, the Portland Trolls. Why? Because we have so many bridges.
Trolls. The Trolls.
We're the Portland Suicide Makers. Woohoo!
Lenny doesn't like the Trolls.
No, he doesn't like. I don't think anybody liked the Trolls.
No, I'm thinking about the cartoon. I went straight to Disney when you said Trolls.
I was thinking about at that time the Portland Beavers. I mean, it's Providence Park now. I don't know what it was then, but after
Civic
the game,
Stadium.
Civic Stadium, 2 blocks away, all the prostitutes on Burnside.
Yep. Well,
those were the ushers for the concession. You guys got it.
It's funny because you had the old Portland Mavericks back in like the Batter Bastards of baseball. So you had the old Portland Mavericks in like the mid '70s.
So the Mavericks were before the Beavers, right?
They were after and before, yes, both. And
now they have the Hillsboro Hops. You have to go out 26 to play.
But the Mavericks, their color, was the Streetwalker Red, is what they called the color, Streetwalker Red. And so, yeah.
Oh, he's got a hat back there.
And so,
wow.
But you're right. They do need baseball.
Hey, that hat's got to be worth at least the price of a city, right?
You would think. Yeah.
I'll give you $8.
Sold.
That's the opening bid on the auction. Put it fine. It'll pay your mortgage. Auction that baby off.
Well, we have certainly been all over the map, Lenny. It has been really fun talking to you.
I told you, Lenny was like a million miles an hour, man.
You ever come to Portland, we got to meet. You'd be great to have a beer with and go into all the pubs around here. You probably know
what to expect. We're trying to set something up. I see they're having a clinic on the 23rd or 21st for a high school or something. Nicole, I saw an ad. I'll see if I can get involved in that some kind of way or come to a show up there from the video, some comedy and music, and a clinic. You guys got it. I don't know if you guys are ready for this though. Are you just waking up from the snow now, or what? Was it like 40 below there, or what is it like?
No, it's been raining and windy,
yesterday.
Like 60-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah.
But Lenny, the best time to come out is June, July, or August.
Absolutely, yes. June, July, or August.
But Lenny, I don't know if I'd want you teaching my kids how to play baseball.
Are you still thawing out there or what?
No, we're into spring now, and spring is usually pretty wet, and upper 50s, maybe lower 60s. Summer doesn't start until July 3rd.
That's true. We'd love to have you out here.
So, right. Well, we've been trying to arrange this for a year now. Norm gets GC. Norm is like Justin Timberlake. He's so popular.
God, I wish. I wish I was like JT, man. I love JT.
Of course you do.
Just his music.
I thought JT at the Super Bowl was awesome. Brian, I don't think really cared for him, but I enjoyed JT at the Super Bowl.
Hey, if you like lip syncing, you go for it, buddy.
It was awesome.
No, he was really singing, I thought.
Some parts.
Well, we're
some
getting
parts,
into
maybe.
politics again now.
So let's talk more about Morgana.
Oh
my goodness.
Joy she was.
Which time, which city, which story? Cleveland. 10-cent beer night. I've never heard of that. But in Cleveland, they had a 10-cent beer night.
All you folks at home
Yeah.
need to know is they were big enough you could hide under them and stay dry if it was raining like it is all the time.
Absolutely. Morgana, man, I'll tell you what. And she's still around. She doesn't do interviews anymore. I've looked into having her come on the show and stuff. But
you have.
Yeah, but no, the stories that you hear of her.
Where is she now? I wonder where they are now.
They're still there.
She's on Facebook. You guys can check her out.
Really?
Yeah, she's not doing interviews, though. She's not doing
She has
interviews.
kids now.
Yep.
She's a
Does she?
grandma. Her image is kind of like Mother Teresa's now. I hate to say it,
Grandma, why are you always sitting on that beanbag when we come over? Oh, no. Oh, good Lord. Well,
Lenny.
I've
still
worn out my
popular for
welcome.
the guys that are your age and over that remember Marilyn Monroe's and when Jane Mansfield had the first commercialized Playtex bra that Morgana wore.
Yeah,
And then she went braless, and everybody went nuts because is she wearing it or not?
Those bras were horrible. They made all boobs look like they were pointy.
and the umpires loved it. The umpires would go, because she'd always sit by the first base side right there by the batting circle.
Right.
The spot. Every stadium. We don't know how that happened. We asked Jim Fregosi, did you have something to do with that?
Hey Lenny, let's talk about looking at getting you to come up here for something.
All you have to do is commit, Norm.
We always love having you on the show. You're always a great guest, and
I can imagine how fun it'd be to talk to you if it was actually structured.
oh man.
Well, find it. You guys want to do a school? Because we do school tours and pre-assembly at a school, unless you guys
Brian
got kicked out of school and they don't want you back.
South Salem, Brian.
You still have a school that'll work, or you want to do a private theater, or your choice.
South
I'll
Salem,
do some
Brian.
research and find out what's
You
available.
just do it in a Walmart
Can you imagine
parking lot
Lenny Randle at South Salem High School?
for his big return.
Yeah, well, let's chat a little bit about it. And once again, hey, thanks for coming on. It's always fun having you
fun.
on. And
Lenny,
so,
You guys are a hoot.
I bet there's nothing that you don't have a good story to go along with. You were really fun to talk to. It was a pleasure.
oh, he's awesome.
Thank you, and I hope you return the bike. Tell your grandma, or was it your aunt? Or was it your
His
aunt?
mom.
No, it was my mom, and they got the bike back because remember I told them I found it, and then we gave it back, and like I said, I fortunately found it and was able to
So
return
Brian,
it.
give his mom the paddle or the bat, and then tell her she can do one home run swing on me.
I'll tell you what, you come up here and do a free clinic, and I'll let you give me a paddle and
I'll come
for
over
the
to a
bike.
clinic. It'll be a hoot. Let's do a clinic. You will make it happen, guys.
You come and do it, and I will let you give me the paddle and I should have got for the bicycle back then live on the
That's
on
awesome.
the Clubhouse Chatter show. Oh, and good
So
Lord,
whoever wins the game will give two fans a bike.
there we go.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, Lenny. Hey,
I just offered to
guys,
let a
God bless
baseball
you.
player hit me in the butt with a paddle. I'm going to die.
hey, thanks for coming on, and we'll catch up with you later here.
Get that home run swing, man. My eyes will go out like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
All right, Lenny. Hey, you have a good rest of your weekend.
That was great, one, guys. Ciao.
All right.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Take care. All right.
Echo off.
Echo. Order us a pizza. I've completely ruined you guys' show.
No.
Drove off into the middle of a field.
Lenny Randle.
Echo. Stop.
Lenny Randle is one of a kind. He truly is. And
he is. He's
Major League Baseball.
I would love to go out and have a couple of beers with that guy.
And we weren't joking. Like one time we did a show where he's in this boat going down this canal, and talking to us from Sicily. And I mean, it's crazy.
Brian, can you make that happen? Can you hook up on a
next week?
There you go.
There we go.
Do a broadcast from the river.
You'll never know the difference. Challenge
them ships and go over the waves.
Maybe Manatee Man will make an appearance.
Hello, my friends. I am in a boat full of people, all with baseball bats. What was I think?
So let me ask you a question. So
okay.
All the voices you have.
Mm-hmm.
So I've asked you this before. What is your favorite?
I really like the old man and the old woman character. The old woman Virginia, I like to do her voice a lot. And her husband Harold, they're two of my favorites because they are based on people from the past. The one is sort of my grandmother and one of her friends, Mrs. Zicky Foos, from the Nazarene Church in McMinnville. And Harold is just a little bit of a southern smart aleck, kind of like my grandpa was, except he didn't have a southern accent. And I like doing them. And then one of my all-time favorites is Homer Simpson.
Of course.
I love doing Homer. Oh, as a matter of fact, if you want, that's one of the things I've been doing lately. The Waze traffic app?
Yes.
I go through and I can redo the entire Waze app in Homer's voice. Like mine, it says, in a quarter of a mile, turn left, dumbass. So, and I could do that for your phone as well. Or I could do Manatee Man or Harold in Virginia. Go to my Facebook page, Nelson Portland, and we can set it up. I can come and do yours.
Sweet. Man.
Woohoo! You made it. It's a miracle.
Hey, this has been a blast.
Well, thank you.
Let's do this again.
Anytime you guys have got free time, and if I don't have something going, I love to come and hang out on your show.
You are a gem. You truly are. Like I said, one of the funniest people ever.
And when we get our podcast launch, I want to have you guys on as guests, and I want to have Jack's awesome mom, Tammy, on. I want to have
Absolutely.
her on.
We can make that happen.
She is such a dear woman. And if they are still watching, bless you guys. Think about you and pray for you.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful people.
Hey, once again, we are Clubhouse Chatter. We got Brian, Norm,
Brian, step
Nelson,
over here in front of the camera so everybody can see you.
And
put your
Brian
face
is
around
the man of the plan. And we are sponsored by Baseballisms. If you like my shirt and my hat, baseballisms.com. Great guys up there in Portland. Dwayne over there with Northwest Independent Baseball League. Hey, he's looking for players for his summer leagues. NWIBL.org.
Do they have to be able to play?
Yes.
I would go. Oh,
yes.
Darn it.
You can hold some balls, though.
Yes, I can. I am right now.
Chris Gazelle up there in Vancouver, Washington, baseballdudes.com. Mitch Canham, basebypros.com, up there in Washington as well. And his dad, Mark Canham, does our shirts for Clubhouse Chatter. We stream live on yamhilltoday.com. Hey, if you got an idea for a show, shoot me an email, normbo18@gmail.com. Hate mail, love mail, whatever you want. You can find us pretty much on any of the social media places, and we are Clubhouse Chatter. And
Dear Norm, any more shows that don't include Nelson or a go.
Hey, thanks for watching. Love you guys.
And listening.
And listening, absolutely. And hopefully we will be back next week. All right. As Lenny would say, ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.